Hello, y'all. So it is still Saturday, January 28th. It is now 9:47 p.m. at night. In the middle of the night, I accidentally said it was 12:34 p.m. when it was actually 12:34 a.m. or 12:36 a.m. in the morning earlier this morning. So, I'm showing y'all this is proof of me being in a hotel room. Hold on just right quick. So it's 9:48, and 4 minutes ago, I think the perp neighbors below me slammed the door really hard. They slammed the door hard enough that it felt like an assault. I'm on the second floor, so yeah, I don't think it was next door. I think it was the neighbors below me that slammed the door so hard. So I'm thankful and glad to be in a hotel room tonight. And I not long ago got back from eating dinner. So somebody else came through and helped me with enough that if the incident would not have happened last night, then I could have used the extra money that I got donated. I could have used that for another hotel room night, but then I would have been asking y'all for more money for food. So y'all didn't see me asking for money for food or hotel room today. So I figured that person that donated to me, the other person that donated to me, I could, use that to eat today, tomorrow, and I might have enough for one or two more meals or something on Monday. Maybe one, but probably two. So, time is going by slow. But this month, I feel like it's going by slow. So, I can't believe we're in January. And, January is just about ending. So, excuse me. I think my predicament that I'm in is the reason why the month is going by slow. I feel like, the fact that I'm been financially struggling and dealing with the homelessness and just having to take everything day by day. I think that's why it seems like time is going by so slow. But, this month, if I would have had a place to live, I bet you this month probably would have flew by really fast. So, wait a minute, hold on. Let me, yeah, I lowered the screen brightness on my phone. So, I guess, I think it was like it was before. Like, I couldn't really fall asleep until after 5 o'clock this morning. And then my sleep was spotty. Maybe I fell asleep before that, but I don't remember. But the housekeepers kept on knocking on my door all morning long. But then I ate a late breakfast at 12:30 this afternoon. Not morning, but afternoon. I had a late breakfast. You see, y'all got the proof. Did y'all hear that? Like they act like they slamming the door like they're angry or mad or something. Like what the hell they doing? So they shook the whole damn building. Like, and it's funny that only the target is the one who complains. So, um, now I kind of lost focus. So, I had a super late breakfast afternoon, and um, then after that, I think it was about 3:40 to 6:40, somewhere around there. My sleep was spotty, and I had so I felt just sleepy and tired all day long, and my body catching up from the sleep deprivation. And I like at one point, um, I don't remember. I think it was after I came back from dinner. My body felt weak from the sleep. You know, sometimes if I be sleep deprived and I feel physically weak. So it seems like each time I went out to go and eat, perps they followed me each way, going and coming. Like as if I couldn't walk to go eat my meals in peace. And so I had all the activity for dinner. That New Year's Eve incident, you know, that young girl, she was very nice and she was one of the people who took care of me. And then she even paid for my meal when I had that medical emergency. So the guy from that other hotel that I told y'all about that, you know, paid for the hotel room and then decided to punish me with the silent treatment. Well, that girl seemed like that's what she's doing. Like, and I'm like, did they get to her too? Or is she a perp too? And it's not a good feeling, you know, if people treat you like you deserve to be punished and refuse eye contact with you, or they avoid you and they don't even tell you why. And I heard that the reason why they don't tell you why is if they paid off and gagged with non-disclosure agreements with the gang stalking. So I heard that in itself is selling your soul or selling out. So I but I guess she waved and said bye on my way out, you know. So um yeah, so I mean, I'm glad I was able to have some fish for dinner. But yesterday I had it was small, 4 pieces of shrimp yesterday for dinner. You know, I had been trying to. It's like, wow, lately I haven't been able to eat enough seafood or eat that much seafood, you know. And I'm not talking about no canned tuna. I'm talking about some, like, you know, actual, you know, fresh something, you know. So I ate twice today, but I bought me a couple of snacks, also, you know. But I might try to just since I got snacks, I might just eat snacks as a meal tomorrow one meal, and then later on eat some real food for dinner, trying to save a little more money. I might do it that way. And I want to um I'm too tired today, but I want to take a detox bath. I actually need to take a detox bath. But I don't have all of my specialty ingredients for the detox bath. I only just have my bentonite clay. If I can soak in the bentonite clay for 45 minutes. I can't put coconut oil in the bath water because I don't want the drains being clogged up, So I have to just simply and only use the bentonite clay. But I'll use the coconut oil soap, So, well, yeah, they had these females that were sitting in their car, and I don't know if the waitress, I mean the hostess, I don't know. The hostess was the girl that I had the medical incident, on New Year's Eve, and she acted like as if she was punishing me with the silent treatment. But I don't know if she deliberately sat me there so someone can be watching me. And I mean, they had these females in a car watching me. It's like they were sitting there. I mean, I felt uncomfortable, and it took a while. They sit there at the restaurant in their car, watching me eat the whole time. That made me feel so uncomfortable. And then when I took a picture of them, they looked at me like I was really crazy, I couldn't even get a clear picture of them either because they were stealthy and in the dark. And then at one brief moment, they turned the light on. And it's like they sat there the whole entire time I was eating. And so then, both trips, round trip being gang stalked. But I couldn't even post everything because of the online perps. And, they'd be sitting there, as I said, I can't even publicize everything because I would have been wrongfully banned from more hotels and restaurants. But I still wanted to let y'all know I'm still getting gang stalked. And so the video from earlier with the white older model Nissan Sentra, that got over 2.7 thousand views, and I got harassing comments. And I had to block at least 3 or 4 accounts from harassing comments. And it's like, you telling me take my meds, but like the YouTube gang stalkers, it seems like they're always gamers. Like they do the Twitch and gaming and stuff like that, So it's like, or they love to do Fortnite or whatever gaming that they always do, And like people talk about the Pokemon Go and all, I don't know much of anything about Pokemon. I never was interested in Pokemon. I never sat down and watched Pokemon. So, and I heard that Pokemon is very satanic. So, I don't know. I might eat me a few little snacks tonight. I feel bad because I don't like to eat. I mean, for a brief moment when I was at that motel earlier I'll say last year. And today being the 28th, it makes 1 year anniversary since I switched from one motel to the other and stayed at the other motel until the situation happened with Trisha, and then that put me back on the streets. So, so then it's like, what was I talking about? Okay, I kind of lost my train of thought. So yeah, I got harassment, you know. Yeah, I got harassment. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Yeah, so I try to not eat late at night, and especially eating junk food late at night. But when I was at the other motel, when I was at that motel, I was I had, for like a week or so, for a brief moment, I would had the bad habit of eating junk food or eating snacks after 11 o'clock or midnight. But I don't want to have that habit of doing that, you know. But I guess I guess after this video, I guess I'm gonna eat me a couple of snacks. But so so then I had got dealt with, I'm sitting here feeling depression and stuff, but so I slept. I'm not gonna say I guess I did I guess I did sleep almost all day. I slept a lot today, but my sleep was spotty. And then this afternoon, I heard a lot of yelling, and this morning too, I heard a lot of yelling and near my door, and loud trucks and everything. So I think I just heard a boom just now. So this morning, well, not this morning, I meant to say this afternoon, I had biscuits and gravy and grits and eggs and sausage and some orange juice. That was my super late breakfast. And then for dinner, I had some rainbow trout and mashed potatoes and gravy and corn. Oh yeah, and I also had some muffins, cornbread muffins, and then I had some little bit of ice cream. A little bit of ice cream, not that much. So, and I have, water as my beverage for dinner, but so tomorrow, yeah, I guess I just try to have dinner to be cheaper and just not pay for, just eat the snacks or something, and then have something cheaper, on a cheaper side for dinner, under $10 or so. But they have so much perp activity. I hate when I walk out of a building and then a whole bunch of cars just start backing out and pulling out of the parking lot. And I'm like, this is crazy. and they all pull out at the same time, and they're not there to do business like I'm doing business. But people are quick to ban me and say I'm trespassing, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Oh, you're not doing business here, so you have to leave. But that doesn't apply to the perps. And gang stalkers, whenever I have a homeless sleep spot, if I'm trespassing by being there, but how come they're not trespassing if they park their car there and then leave? And I'm wondering if they have surveillance equipment in their car to monitor me all night long while they pretend to be asleep. I mean, back in 2019, they would have perps, like, if I'm homeless on the streets by myself and a male perp would sleeping in his truck, in the back seat of his truck near me, and don't come there until like 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're near me, I mean, that, of course, that's going to make me afraid. I mean, they're such creepy weirdos. And if I'm walking down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning and being homeless and on the streets and suffering my targeting, and it's like y'all out here perping me and doing every perp activity in your car at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. And if I gotta pace back and forth up and down town trying to stay doggone warm out of the cold, you know. And coming back from dinner, they had a perp. Some perps had deliberately left dog shit, and I'm glad I was able to catch it. That they stealthily put camouflage dog shit, camouflage in the grass, right on my walking path, and I'm glad I caught it because they try to set me up to accidentally step in dog shit. So yeah, I mean, I'm still sleepy, still tired, you know. And I also wanted to say that the video that I was talking about, setting the record straight about what happened with my biological niece, my twin sister's baby, the perps make sure I'm wrongfully punished with lots of thumbs down and no thumbs up. Well, I had 3 at the most. And then the fake Darnell Williams perp kept on adding and removing thumbs up. And so now it seems like only 2 people believe me. Out of my 1,000, I just checked 1,112 subscribers, only 2 people believe me. But it's been made to feel like as if I said something wrong in that video. You know, and I'm, you know, me struggling with dealing with sleep deprivation and stumbling over my words and, you know, stuff like that, you know. And so sometimes dealing with the sleep deprivation, certain words come out kind of funny or don't come out right. And then me battling unwanted intrusive thoughts, and I'm like, wait a minute, what did I just say? But, you know, me dealing with, like, in the video where I accidentally said it was 12:36 p.m. when I meant to say 12:36 a.m. in the morning. So, you know, accidentally slipping up and saying, you know, 12:36 p.m. when I meant to say a.m. in the morning, you know. Mess up and say, you know, I meant to say a.m. and not p.m., you know. But you know, I kind of feel like as if I'm kind of weird in this video because of the sleep deprivation. But as I said, you know, they think that their fake thumbs down is supposed to overpower my truth. When I said I'm setting the record straight and telling everything. And so I ended up getting a third thumbs up, and then they removed that. So that, you know, so, I mean, but in 2018 or 2019, I was homeless on the streets, and they took me to Tulane Hospital and admitted me. So I wasn't banned from there. I could have gone to University Hospital. And so, but it was a black guy that tortured, a black male nurse that sadistically tortured me. And they treated me like a criminal and wanted to search me when I was in the ambulance. I'm sorry, getting out of the ambulance and on a stretcher because dealing with the gang stalking and the forced sleep deprivation, it you know, put me in an emergency room if the sleep deprivation is severe enough, and they manipulate me to feel like I'm having a heart attack or something. And then they tell me I have the best EKG that they've seen all day, and that my heart is fine. But the days of sleep deprivation made me feel afraid I'm gonna die. You know, so but people try to silence my voice on my own channel when I have their accounts blocked. And I mean, if you don't believe anything I'm saying, why you been stalking me for 3 years? I'm looking for something that they think they can criminalize me about. So, but they claim that they searched everybody. But it's like, I never heard of an emergency room patient in a stretcher if I'm thinking that I'm fighting for my life. If I'm in a doggone medical emergency bad enough that I thought I was about to die. And so why are you searching me like a criminal if they say that they do that to everybody at Tulane in New Orleans, you know? And that was my first time ever setting foot back in Tulane Hospital after that incident that happened. And then my twin sister told me in 2017, she didn't show y'all those videos. She said that her husband Dwayne, she said that she had just had the C-section, and she said that she tried to tell me that her and Dwayne got rough handled and arrested and that they got handcuffed and everything after I left. And I'm like, well, that's bullshit, because if that was true, then I would have found out about it back in 2004. I'm sorry, that wasn't 2003. That was 2004 when it happened. So she tried to say that her and Dwayne got handcuffed and rough handled by the police and treated a certain way. And I'm like, well, it sounds like y'all banned too. You know, and so but I almost got arrested behind them trying to set me up and them lying on me and playing games. But that's a damn shame that my own twin sister is that dangerous that I can't even be around her, because not only her but other family members, they just reprobate and retarded. And then they'll call me retarded. You know, that the fact that they'll try to, even Ramona and Mark Wyatt and all them, and Pete, they'll try to set you up and try to make a fool out of you and try to ruin your life. So I can't even be around my own family at all. And so Ramona would do stuff like cuss me out and cuss me from A to Z, or she would cuss out other family members. One time in 2000, 2002 or 2003. I think it was 2000. It could have been anywhere between 2002 and 2004. I think it could have been 2004. Because it was summer 2004, and I think I was living in New Orleans Towers. And Ramona had, me and Ramona got into an argument about something, and Sean meddled in and lied on me. And so, you know, she triggered my Tourette's on purpose to go off on her. You know, Ramona's always, and my twin sister Ramona and Wyatt up, Mark, all them, they do stuff on purpose, do or say stuff on purpose to make me mad and trigger me, you know, and think it's funny. So they curse like sailors, but then tell me don't curse. And so Ramona got mad at me and didn't talk to me for months because I called her a bitch. And then she wanted to try to justify, you know, punishing me with the silent treatment, cold shoulder, and grudging against me. And then she lied and said, well, oh, I ain't got time for grudges. Well, you don't even practice what you preach. You say you ain't got time for grudges, but you're the main one who's grudging over something so petty. I mean, her own boyfriends have called her way worse, and she would still be with them for money. So I mean, what makes her any better that if my twin sister would try to bring me over by Ramona's house, and Ramona would be like, don't you bring that motherfucker over here. And then she tried to say, oh, you called me a bitch motherfucker. And I'm like, I don't even talk like that. You talk like that. She's like, oh, you called me. I said, no, I didn't call you a bitch motherfucker. I just called you a bitch. And she's like, oh, well, you're not even owning up to what you did, Candy. She's like, you called me a bitch motherfucker. I'm like, you talk like that. Your own boyfriend has called you a bitch motherfucker. How many times you kicked him out? Never. Using that man for his doggone money. But that's how they do, though. Treat lovers and strangers better than their own siblings. So, and guess what? My 5 brothers, they'll protect Ramona, protect or defend her, but they wouldn't protect or defend me or my twin sister. The family hate both of us, but then my twin sister hate me and think she's better. You know, and it seems like Ramona only wants to be my friend for money. If I had any money or whatever. And then she take and go gamble it up and then leave me in a state of worse emotional depression. And so I did not realize that after 18 years old, that if I was in my early 20s, that you're an adult and you have the option to not have to deal with them or be around them or put up with their abuse. But I'm sitting here feeling like, oh, I have to be around them because they're related to me or because they're family or whatever. But my family, their foster and biological family, are no good. No good. But I think if it weren't for foster care abuse, I think my biological family, I mean, if it weren't for us being taken away, I think that my life would have turned out differently. And I don't think I would have been as disrespected and hated, because it seemed like as if the biological family members, they shun, reject, and hate me, my twin sister, and Sean, but they accept Wyatt and Mark. But all in the name because we're not light-skinned and we're quote-unquote retarded. but they're retarded. They're light skinned and retarded. So so I mean, it's embarrassing and humiliating that there's so much colorism in the family, and that's part of New Orleans culture. And colorism is like black on black racism, where you think you're better because you're light skinned. And so but I heard that the family respect Pete despite being the blackest one in the family. They respect Pete because they're scared of Pete. Pete is a straight up psychopath. So that's why they respect him. But then they call me crazy though. But they bully and abuse me in the foster and biological family. They bully and abuse and frighten and intimidate me, but yet they're the ones saying I'm crazy. So they call me crazy and retarded and mentally slow. But they're the ones mentally off, slow, and retarded. Ain't mentally God at all, you know. So I mean, but Ramona never once told me that she felt a certain way because, oh, what you did to Raven. Never once. And Mark either. But my niece Monica, which is Ramona's daughter, been treating me like shit ever since Brandy lied on me and said I tried to kill Raven. She was trying to damn kill Raven. I mean, they freaking had, I mean, she had 3 of those kids and just gave them up so easily. You know, just, I mean, as I said, if I was guilty of doing stuff to Raven, then why did in 2009, I don't remember if it was 2009 or 2010. It was 2009, I think it was. Like, it was somewhere in early 2010, when she called me up begging me to take her 3 kids. And I'm like, no, because, you know, you think I'm not mentally capable of having my own kids. You don't want me to get pregnant or have no kids. So, and the stuff you falsely accuse me of doing to your kids, why should I take them in? So she gave up her kids, fought to get them back, fought tooth and nail to get them back, and then gave them up again. And the biological mom, Frances, she slid a note under my door and left me a voice message. And I vividly remember, she said, Candy, this mom, when I tell you this, don't cry. You heard me? Brandy gave the kids away. And then hung up. She left that voice message. The biological mom, Frances, when she was alive, you know. So that shocked me, like, damn, as badly as I wanted kids of my own. But me being targeted in my situation, I mean, if I would have had a baby walking around right now, Star Bricker herself would have called CPS and told them whatever XYZ lies and had my kids taken away. I promise you. I guarantee you. And I probably would have had that misfortune of having an abusive, narcissistic perp husband. So I guess God must have kept me, a single person to protect me from all of that and more psychological, mental, and emotional damage. You know, I mean, as badly as I wanted to be married to a good husband, and have kids. I still wish I could, you know. And I bet you, but one good thing though, I bet you if I was married right now, if I was married, I bet you I wouldn't I bet you I probably wouldn't be homeless. If I had a husband, I probably wouldn't be homeless. Or else if we had a dog on be homeless together or something, I don't know. But it was a shock when I found out the biological brother Sean got married. And he was 36 when he got married, but then he's back to being single and struggling. And you know, Pete set Sean up to marry a white woman to make a fool out of Sean. And while Pete has been exploiting Sean and taking advantage of Sean, and Ramona had been, and my twin sister, they had been taking advantage of and exploiting Sean too in the past, you know. But Ramona, you know, tried to exploit and take my money. And Mark too. And my twin sister as well. Y'all, I mean, if they try to use and take advantage of and exploit me out of my money. And the foster mom too, Adrian Felder. One time the biological mom, Frances, it was talk around the family that if the biological sisters and brothers say, oh, well, don't let Frances borrow money from you. She'll never pay you back. It was them who would never pay back. But the biological mom, Frances, she borrowed money from me one time. And she honestly paid me back. The woman who gave birth to me, Candy Grandpre. She honestly paid me back. So I'm like, well, they lied. And I don't know if she borrowed money from me a second time too, and I think she honestly paid me back. At the time she said she would. And so I had to realize, you know, foster mom and biological siblings try to paint the biological mom, Frances, as a horrible person. And it took for me to die. It took for her the biological mom, Frances, it took for her to die for me to realize, I guess she wasn't the monster that they portrayed her to be. But it seemed like the biological mom, Frances, seemed like as if she was being targeted very heavily, but acting like a perp towards me, though. And that had me confused. You know, but I heard that the biological mom, Frances, grew up dealing with a lot of trauma and abuse, it seems like. But I don't know everything. I don't know a whole lot. But the biological brother, Wyatt, he laugh and think that that's funny. But I knew that my biological mom, Frances, wasn't a saint. But, you know, and me and her really didn't get along. I wish we would have had a better relationship. And I had the desire to want to try to get close to her too. And, but it's like the foster mom wanted all the glory for herself as being mother. You know, and it seemed like as if the biological mom, Frances, didn't really give a damn about me either. And the biological dad, Arthur, damn sure didn't give a damn about me. So, you know, but the biological mom, Frances, they hated her, like the siblings and stuff. You know, they hated her and felt a certain way about her and making rumors about her. And she made false rumors about her own kids. And create division and cause us to argue and fight. And the biological mom, Frances, you know, um, it's like the moment she died and they had the funeral that I didn't get to go to, that's when the siblings started to speak about her like as if she was a saint and could do no wrong. Like, y'all fake as fuck. But the biological mom, Frances, yeah, they call her the same names that they call me, schizophrenic and crazy. And I didn't realize that the biological mom, Frances, I think she was very targeted. But as I said, she acted like a perp towards me. You know, some people might have said she was mind control or something. But they used to the foster mom, Adrian Felder brainwashed me and my twin sister to hate the biological mom, Frances. You know, and the foster mom, and when the biological mom, Frances, kicked me out when I turned 18, and the foster mom, Ann, said, crazy people can't even tolerate your ass. And I'm like, wow, am I that horrible of a person that, quote unquote, crazy people can't tolerate me? And you call me crazy? Well, I heard that the foster mom, Adrian Felder, tried to kill her daughter, her first child, Shelly. I heard that Ann tried to kill Shelly. So why you try to kill your firstborn? And then now Shelly's your favorite child as a cover-up. I really think the foster mom, Ann, tried to she's part of that occult and tried to sacrifice Shelly, maybe. Maybe. So, but April was the scapegoat, and Joe and Shelly were the two favorites. But Shelly was top favorite, all because her features look half Chinese. But she looked straight up Asian. Shelly. Hell-faced Shelly. And Shelly will have thin, straight hair. And Shelly's hair for years had been bald on the sides. And the biological sister, Ramona, too. The hair had been bald on the sides. But they think they're better. But April had a lot of thick hair. But, April and Joe, their dad, was part of that famous New Orleans music group, the Funky Meters, which Grammy-winning. I know the foster mom got Masonic connections. But the biological family got so many secrets. I don't know if the biological dad, Arthur Grandpre, was a Freemason. I don't know if he was or not. They keep that secret from me. But he damn sure was in the military and fought in the Korean War. And they say he looked like an Asian man. And people would ask me if I'm mixed with black and Asian or something. So, it's like, I guess I've given up on trying to kiss ass and bond with both the foster or biological family members. Any of them. And I can't believe I used to kiss the ass of people who don't accept me and don't care about me, don't like me, and they want nothing to do with me. I mean, even me kissing my own twin sister's ass and then be rejected and hated. I'm done kissing ass. So, yeah, so I'm financially, like for today and tomorrow, I'm good, for a couple of days. And then they said that it's supposed to rain really bad tomorrow. So good thing I'm off the streets until Monday at 11. So the money that somebody donated to me early this morning or in the middle of the night, if they wouldn't have, as I said, if they wouldn't have cheated me or did this and that yet last night and forced me to have to spend more money and go to a different hotel and all that, I could have used that money. I mean, the other money I could have used for another hotel room night, but I'm using it for food, so that'll be less I have to ask y'all for, But Monday it looked like I'll have to be back on the streets, and it's supposed to be like in the 60s a lot of the nights. And it's supposed to rain a lot this coming week. So and then at night it's supposed to be like in the 60s and rainy and stuff. But I might have to, ask, help with food up until Friday morning. But, I don't know what will happen if anybody can help me. If anybody can help me get, like they have, as I said, that they got this place where I guess you sign a lease, and they want, they want first and last month's rent, but you paying for a single room and sharing an apartment with 3 other people. So it's 4 people to an apartment, and you pay for the private room, and you have your own private room and bathroom there, and it's $675 a month. So that'll be like $1350 if that's the first and last month's rent, the $1350, and I'm not sure what utilities. I think they say you got to pay your own utilities or something. But wow, if I'm not saying how much I get, with the Social Security, but it seems like if I had to pay $675 a month, that would like $675 a month. That would I will hardly have enough money for food. But the fact that I gotta have apartment mates, that's like I don't trust that, because I'm pretty sure that having apartment mates or whatever, they would mob me out of there. So I don't even know. I'm having mixed feelings, if they would mob me out of there due to the gang stalking. But I really would like to have my own place. But even if I'll be content with just having my own bedroom and bathroom, like private bedroom and bathroom, I'll be content with that. But the thing is, I hate living in a house with people or an apartment with other people, because I have to put up with their noise, their loud noise, and if I gotta deal with them blasting loud TV or blasting loud music all the time, or if they put all the chores and all the work on me, or start falsely accusing me of stuff. You know how it is to have roommates from hell, neighbors from hell. So that's why I'm, battling to find a way to get my own stuff, like my own apartment, or I'm sorry. People say that don't get an apartment because of my hypersensitivity. So they blew that option for me to get that cottage. And I don't know where I can go to get a tiny house. If I got a tiny house, but I don't think I can rent a tiny house. And everybody's saying with my income that my income is not high enough for a place to live. So I don't know. I'm mixed up right now. But if things wouldn't go through with, trying to get somewhere, then all I could afford is like a week in a motel or an extended stay or something. And that's all I could afford is 1 week, or I'd be lucky if probably 10 days. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess time will tell. But in the meantime, I don't know if I could get help to stay in the hotel room for the next few days, or if I should just tough it out on the streets and just only ask for help with like food and stuff. And but I mean, it's scary because it's dangerous and scary out there. And people say the streets is no place for a woman. I have a whole bachelor's degree. I shouldn't be in this predicament. And then if people try to talk about you being lazy and entitled and want handouts, but at the same time you being blocked from a job or making a living, how are you supposed to survive if you get mobbed from bullied off of and mobbed from everywhere? As being targeted, I can't stay anywhere long term. It seemed like as if, come on, man. So I can't stay anywhere long term being targeted. It's only a matter of time before they end up mobbing me off. If I go to a restaurant and a frequent customer and go there for a long time, they mob me off. Or if I'm a frequent customer and go somewhere else for a long time and then try to come back there for the first time, like I haven't gone to O'Reilly's for a long time, and then that one time I came back, Heidi did what she did. Narcissistic whore Heidi did what she did. And I didn't realize all those fake O'Reilly skanks, that they're all satanic perps. My whole entire biological family and that fake foster family, they're satanic perps. Well, the kids, I can't say, the kids still have their innocence. And I don't know if they've been corrupted, but the adults in the family have deliberately tried to turn the kids away from me or turn them against me. But if I had my own kids, I'm pretty sure that society would have turned my own kids against me. And if you're a targeted individual and you're a parent, I heard stories about how targeted parents have to deal with abuse from their children, their own kids abusing them. If they're targeted, you're being targeted and abused by your husband and kids. I mean, if your own kids turn their back on you and abuse you and betray you and disrespect you and everything, have zero respect. And it's like the roles are reversed. The children punishing the parents when it should be the other way around. So, if I'm well enough tomorrow, I plan to write a couple more short stories, hoping that I can earn, you know, money from, some of my writing. But I would like to take a detox bath tomorrow as well, you know. So I don't know. I think I kind of ran out of ideas on some short stories, and I wish I could work on a novel or something, or do something different. But me being so sleep deprived, I can't work on long-term projects. I can just do short blog posts and short stories, you know. um, but I hope I can. I hope I can sleep tonight. Still, I figured that if I don't eat the snacks tonight, I probably can sleep better. So I don't know. I might just try to do that. Just not eat the snacks tonight, and then I can probably sleep better. And still try to get me some more sleep. But it is now 10:49 p.m. and people on TikTok think that cyber begging should be criminalized. They think cyber begging should be criminalized. And then they try to show. I saw this one TikTok video of this person driving by, and it was a fake. They were driving by with the sign saying "now hiring," right? And this probably was a stage skit that they drove by with the sign saying "now hiring," and then it was a homeless person holding up a sign, and then he looked away when they passed by saying "now hiring," and then they try to say, "Oh, he's lazy and don't want to work." Well, what if that man holding up that sign was a disabled veteran? And so many people just judging people. They do have some people who, think it's easier, but in my case, it ain't really easy. I only do this, whatever, cyber begging, virtual panhandling, out of necessity, because they have me wrongfully blacklisted, and I'm disabled and can't work just any job. And if I had a job good enough to sustain myself, I would not ask. But if somebody, like they had this man, I was walking on Palafox Street begging and panhandling, and they had a man named Chaz Coxon. Instead of giving me money, he offered me a job opportunity. I filled out the application. He ignored me and went AWOL on me. The man, whoever is the owner of Joe Patty's Seafood, told me straight up that they do not hire homeless people and that homeless people are trouble. So, and it seems like all these people want to talk about homeless people, or that we're lazy scammers, that we lazy and don't want to work. But y'all Masonic sellouts. If you can give me a job where I can work in a quiet area, as long as it ain't housekeeping, and if it pays I've dealt with jobs that pay $12 an hour. If you let me work full time, just don't workplace mob me off the doggone job, and don't bully me. Of course, dealing with bullying and abuse, that makes anybody not want to work. You don't want to work in those conditions, but I love my writing. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do as my work. I mean, I can do it, work from anywhere, on my own time. I can be my own boss. And I don't need nobody to tell me when I can eat and when I can't use my phone and when I can't use the bathroom. Or I don't have to deal with being forced loud music 8 hours a day. You know, working at these stores, like, they blast loud music as if it's an important necessity. You know, and music that nobody wants to hear, that nobody likes, but nobody complains because they're conditioned and brainwashed to believe that that's normal. You know, but when I go into a grocery store and shop, I have to have my earbuds in and my ears covered away from the loud music in order to concentrate on the things, picking out the items I really need to buy, rather than being brainwashed and paralyzed, psychologically and mentally paralyzed by, loud music, and can't even make the right decision on what I need to buy for groceries or something, But yeah, I mean, I almost feel kicked out of everywhere in Pensacola, like as if there's almost nothing left for me here. And it's like I'm trying to hold on to whatever, because I'm really scared, and I don't trust going to live with nobody. And I'm still battling to get my own place. But I've been on this housing list for almost 4 years, almost as long as I've been in Pensacola. But, I hate that every place low income has to be riddled with noise and crime. And if I was living at Pensacola Village, I probably would have been shot dead. Or if I was living at Truman Arms or Oakview Terrace, I think that's the name. I don't remember the name. Truman Arms or Oakview Terrace, or if I was living in Pensacola Village or any of those projects, I probably would have been shot dead for exposing a noise harassment or noise campaign in the hood, where ghetto folks are, my own people. But, if they want to live like ghetto, uncivilized animals, just because you're low income, don't mean that you got to deliberately and on purpose fit the stereotype of ghetto trash. Just because you're low income, I mean, and you think that it's a must that you have to live like an animal and not live like a decent human being, respectful and quiet and all, that you gotta, just be doggone reprobate. And so I hate that the government puts elderly and disabled people in the same, and poor people all on the same bracket as the criminals. And last I heard, they don't even have any spaces at Pensacola Village and Truman Arms either. If they said that there's all the apartment, they said that Hurricane Michael is the reason for the housing crisis in Pensacola. Well, I didn't know that at first, but then in New Orleans, they had a housing crisis that I couldn't get housing again after they bullied me and gang stalked me out of my Section 8. So I tried in 2021 to get back on a Section 8 list for Pensacola, and Waterfront Mission, with their plan with my mail, they sabotaged that opportunity. get back on the real actual Section 8. And then they told me that since June of 2022 that the Section 8 list has been closed and will be closed for a long time. It is now, let me see, 10:58 p.m. So I guess I'll wait until Monday. Monday, when I check out of here, I probably can go to my storage unit. I need to get the things that I need to get, you know, and then I don't know. I will have a heavy bag to carry all that stuff because it be so cold. I be needing, like, since that perp ruined my sleeping bag, I've been suffering extra cold and feeling like when I gotta be out on the streets in the cold, that I need more blankets. I need some blankets, you know, and I got blankets galore in my storage unit, you know. So, and I haven't had the opportunity to go to my storage unit. I haven't had the opportunity or convenience to go to my storage unit. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just sitting here trying to figure stuff out. But I want to do a lot of writing and earn a living that way. You know, I'm trying to get my short stories out there. And I even put a few up on TikTok, you know. And I don't even know if I should just post some of my older short stories on TikTok. And that way or something. And maybe if I can garner a little bit of, you know, support that way. You know, I'm actually doing some writing and stuff, but the abusive, narcissistic gang stalkers want to paint the false picture that I don't do anything to contribute and that I'm just a beggar, that I just beg all the time. And these people who don't even know you. So, they had an abusive, narcissistic, fake Christian perp that told me last night when I was trying to get help out of the cold weather. The person said, "Oh, just go sit at the bus stop." Well, I blocked that person because it's like, why would you say something like that if you can't sleep overnight at the bus stop? They have no loitering signs. So you can't sleep at the bus stop, or you can't sit at the bus stop overnight. Only when you're waiting for the bus during the day. But I mean, you obviously don't care about me in order to say something like that, you know. But even professed Christians don't even care about you. But they say they love the Lord. So let me go.